one bit of fresh content for you today. And as you can see by that bit at the beginning, the weather changes quite quickly up here in the northeast. Yes, that was a very damp end to the day. For you eagle-eyed viewers, you may have noticed that's a 500X. That's the latest 500X from Honda, and we're going to compare it to the CL500. Both bikes are fresh for 2023, so let's have a little ride and see what we think. Here we go, the obligatory walk round. So, styling. I really like the styling as standard. Don't know whether these white accessories from Honda help or hinder. There's a lot of chat out there about them. I see where they come from. It's a 60/70 street scrambler, and when you see a 60/70 scrambles bike, well, you can see where the number boards come from. You've got LED lights all round. I quite like that headlight with its little 4 eyes, very spider-like. And now you come round to the side here, and that huge muffler that everybody's on about. Again, I think it goes quite well with the style of the bike. And the frame, you can see it comes from the CL500, but with a different subframe, so it's better for carrying 2 people and it's a bit more beefed up at the back. Absolutely peach of a motor. 46.5 bhp and 43.4 newton meters of torque. It's such a sweet thing around town. It's really, really nice. 192 kilograms, so again, not the lightest of the 500s, but it holds the road really well. And don't forget the beautiful slipper clutch, which makes the clutch lever super light. It has to be one of the lightest clutches in the Honda range. Excellent idea. .500X turn for the walk round video. So this is the latest one, like I said at the beginning. So you've got your twin discs now. You've also got your single function big piston forks. Feels very plush at the front, and I think they've had a little bit fiddle with the back shocker as well. The whole bike feels very nice on the road, and I think they may have tweaked the motor a bit more. Now, stayed at 47 horsepower. It's got 43 newton meters of torque, but it did feel to have a bit more oomph compared to the CL when we rode them back to back. Curb weight 199 kilograms, so not the lightest fella out there, but the way it rides, they're just sweet bikes. All the 500s, they're just lovely to ride, and this one is the do-it-all bike. Put some panniers on it, go on your holidays, put some knobblies on it, do a little bit of green laning. It just seems to do everything. Commute to and from work, it'll do it all. LED lights all round, so you're really bright and stand out. Slipper clutch, same as the CL500, so for its price you can't go wrong. These are brilliant little bikes. I've got a proper soft spot for them, love them to bits. We all know the score by now. This is the sitting test. So here I come, 5'10" of me, 32-inch inside leg, and as you see when I get on it, not quite flat-footed, but it is an 830mm seat height. But when you pick your feet up and put them on the pegs, look at that sitting position. You could ride this fella all day. Really comfy bike. Bars are in a good position, and look at that, you know, a nice sitting position. You could do 1,000,000 miles quite happily, and the seat's nice and squishy too. CL500 this time. So normal script. I'm 5'10", 32-inch inside leg, and I'll swing my leg over the bike and get an idea. Now this fella has got a 790 seat height, so as you'll see in a minute, very skinny by the petrol tank as well. Look at that, flat-footed. Now, downfall with the CL500. Those foot pegs get in the way. They either get your shins at the front or they get your calves at the back. Now Rachel's 5'3", when she was riding it, she just couldn't get her feet in the right place. Those foot pegs are a bit annoying if you're a little bit shorter than me. Now one thing you do notice when you ride bikes back to back like this is the differences in them. Now as I said previously, you could feel the difference in the 500X motor, but I don't know if you can see it here, but the little CL is off bouncing around. Now we never go daft in these videos because you're just going to get into trouble if people spot that you're speeding and stuff like that. So this is just your average ride along, and you can feel it's having a little bit bounce about. Now we did get a C-spanner out when we got back to work and we turned the shocks up one notch and it did feel a bit better, but as standard straight out the crate, this little fella is very bouncy. Now I am going to state the obvious here, but it stands out when you jump from bike to bike when you're doing these little ride outs, and the screen on the 500X is amazing. Brilliant screen. It is adjustable, but it's with little Allen keys at the side. You've only got 4 little holes to either side, so you can have it high, you can have it low, but that screen was set perfect for me and it was great. Mirrors, however, bit of a downfall. It was all elbows, so yeah, mirrors not the best. No matter where I fiddled with them, they still had me elbows in them. The little CL500 is an awesome little town bike. It excels at this job. Its punchy little motor gets you away from the lights really well. Those handlebars are nice and high up, so you've got good road presence, good road vision. The mirrors, they're amazing. I had them set up, there wasn't a bit of me in them, and look at it there, just filtering. It's just a brilliant little town bike. You really couldn't want for anything better if you want to use one of these for work. They're excellent. Let's head back into the countryside and have a listen at the 500s. A quick sound check. Sorry about the wind noise on that sound check. The bad weather was coming and as you can see it's getting darker. One thing both the 500s have in common are not very easy to see LCD clocks. Now the CL500 is a lovely idea, bare minimum, you know, negative LCD, so you've got a black clock with white letters. And in some lights you can see, but in other lights it's really hard to see. The info's there, you've got a fuel gauge, a gear indicator, the time, and you've got your info if you want it, miles per gallon, stuff like that, but it's quite hard to see. Again, on the 500X you've got an LCD clock, not the easiest to see. I mean, there's a bit of colour in this one, but again, if you get the light wrong, they're hard to see. You've got your gear indicator in the middle of the rev counter, fuel gauge, odometer, speedo, time, all the trip meters. You've got plenty of info, just sometimes it's a bit hard to see depending on the sunlight. There's one thing I will say about these little 500s, there's no traction control. Yeah, they've got ABS, but they behaved impeccably in this torrential rain. Hey, it could be the tyres, those semi-knobbly little tyres that you get on them, just disperse the water awesomely, but the bikes were just lovely. Didn't put a foot wrong, and just look at the rain, it's coming down, the camera's struggling. So yeah, it really stood out how good these bikes can be. I hope you found this bit of content is interesting and you've got some info out of it. It was a bit different making this one, as you can tell by the way the weather's come in, but if you like what we're doing, look how much effort we're putting in. So come on, subscribe, thumbs up, comments on the bottom would be most appreciated. But please check out my channel, and if you like what we're doing, keep watching. Bye for now.